Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. Patches has joined us. Bailey's on my lap, partially squished by a table, so you can't see her. That's fine. I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
Hello. Oh, me? I'm first?
Oh.
No, me, Zach.
Oh.
She said Zach.
Shit. Fuck, I fucked that up.
Peter's in the ether tonight.
Yep. Didn't hear that, but you're pointing where I would be, so I'm assuming I've been introduced.
You've been introduced. And Tom.
Hi, Tom. Oh, shit. No, right. Me. Fuck. I've been out of work too long. Sorry.
Bro. Get it together.
God, I'm fucking this up. You know, it's probably because we've been gone for like 2 weeks.
I know. I apologize. We've been very inconsistent between our day jobs and
We've all been.
Night jobs?
migraines and
Me, Zach, Peter, and you have all been like, yeah, man, we got something going on. Can't do it today.
We've all had a separate excuse.
Yeah.
And it's been bad. And we do apologize.
We're slacking.
Hey, honestly, we miss as much as all of you do. Probably more. Honestly, lots more. Lots more.
Peter, not so much. 'Cause he's always up here, but then he always disappears. And then he sits there and says, I don't know. Where are you at, Peter?
Why are you pointing at me again?
I miss you.
we just have to point here when we want Peter to talk.
I miss you, Peter. Fine, fuck you.
What happened?
There it is.
Tom said he misses you.
I heard fuck you.
Well, you didn't respond to the I miss you, so you got the fuck you.
I didn't hear it.
Nope, you're just mean. We all know it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's because everyone's yelling. We have to whisper.
You know, Peter, I think that you might just need to turn down the Discord, so maybe that might stop cutting out the mic or something.
I mean, that's not really what's happening.
No, it's just like...
Because it's not just y'all's audio cuts out, it's y'all's video freezes for a second too.
How dare you?
How dare.
Maybe we are too loud. It's just exceeding our bandwidth.
That might be it.
Yeah.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
that's not how that works.
Do you have
but
fiber?
No.
Yeah, we have fiber.
How are you lagging?
Are you really have fiber in it?
The old phone?
Oh, man.
Yeah, remember he's doing this off his phone because his mic broke.
Do you have an iPad?
No.
God.
Do you
Why would he have an iPad? He works. He does not work for Apple.
I was supposed to. Do you
I
have
don't think he's. I think
do you have a
contractually
Google
he's
Pad?
not allowed to have one.
Do you have a Google Pad?
It is completely dead.
Oh, man.
Does Google have a pad? I didn't even know they had a pad. Wow, I'm not keeping up.
They
with
have
that.
like a laptop tablet combo thing, Chromebook.
Oh, the Chromebook. I forgot about the Chromebook.
Yeah.
That's a thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
It is a thing.
I forgot they made that more tableted.
Tableted.
I can make
It's
this
also
into
got
a
a pretty
tablet.
crappy battery life, so I'm pretty sure it would die in like 20 minutes of trying to record.
Always fun. Who doesn't love
That
that?
doesn't sound
Everything's
good.
fine.
Such a great product.
So
Dies in 20 minutes.
last we spoke, we prattled on about spooky shit.
Did we
So-
prattle on about spooky shit?
Prattled on.
We
Dang.
prattled on about spooky shit and Zach's non-belief in ghosts.
It's 'cause ghosts.
Did anything happen?
Real. Ghosts aren't real.
Has anything happened?
No, because
Creepy?
ghosts aren't real.
Damn it. It's gotta happen. It's gonna happen soon. You're gonna have some weird experience you're not gonna be able to explain. You're like, it's gotta be the AC.
Hey, I'm just gonna assume it's you trying to fuck with me.
They're just outside in your window, just tapping on the freaking window.
What's the explanation for that? Obviously, it was you,
It
Tom.
was you out there. No, I was. I'm at home, man. I don't have time to come fuck with you.
That's a lie. You would come fuck with us. Just
Maybe. But
you'd
no.
be like, I know I worked 14 hours today, but if I go by right now because I'm getting off at 2 a.m. and fuck with them, they will make my whole day worth it.
I'd have to like jump into your backyard and then bang on that door.
No,
there's
no
jump.
way.
The
There's
gate's
a
right
gate.
here.
I'd have to bang on that door.
You just gotta like pop the.
Just knock on the door so you hear a knock and then you think it's the front door.
Anyway,
I'd assume it's a cop. That's what I'd be if I was a cop. I'd go to that door.
so we went and saw this movie called 3,000 Years of Longing. It was a movie.
So I will say we've gotten to go to a bunch of these screening things like that, thanks to a couple of our friends, and normally there's a pretty set group of people that goes to all these things. Like it's normally you see basically the same people there. The line is pretty much the same most of the time.
It's the same 10 people at the front of the line every time.
And then we normally get in there behind them, but they've been there since like 2:00 in the afternoon. And these movies start at 7. It's nuts.
They camp out, man. Gotta get them seats.
They definitely have they definitely got a part-time job somewhere because they don't work the days that they have these.
Well, I think
screenings.
they're like kind of do what we do, but are much more popular than us.
You know, I believe that one of the guys he's got great costumes. He comes in every movie with a costume. Should have realized that it was going when there was only 4 people out of that normal group of 10 were actually at this movie. And then our target demographic for this movie apparently is couples aged 55 to 75. In a large large group of older couples for sure were in this theater with us.
It's based off a Middle Eastern short story, which I can't remember the original tale's name, but it's basically about like this djinn, and he's telling this lady who comes across his like bottle by happenstance, and so she loves stories. She's a narratologist.
Yeah, which I didn't know was a thing. It's apparently a person who only studies
Narration?
not literature, literally the structure of stories.
Oh.
They don't study all of literature. They specialize even just purely in the structure of stories and in actual narrative structure.
So he tells her like his story of like how he ended up
came to be trapped in the lamp for 2,000 years or whatever the fuck it was.
3,000. That's why it's 3,000 years of longing.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's right there in the title.
I keep forgetting the title of this movie.
And so the
It
whole
was so
time
long.
she's like, well, I'm not going to make a wish because I know all about Jinn and you're just trying to trick me. But she does end up making a wish, and
It's the stupidest wish I've
her
ever seen.
her wish is basically, after hearing this like great love story that he tells, because that's how he's ended up in the bottle every time, is that he falls in love and he ends up getting fucked by love. And so she's like, man, I wish
He also got
you
fucked
would
first.
love me that much, and that type of thing, or whatever.
She literally she wishes for him to love her, which, first of all, if you're going with logic, means that he doesn't actually love her because it is a wish and she wanted real love, so he couldn't have granted her wish.
Right,
So he's
but
already
she-
quid pro quo.
But she
Broke the bottle's lamp, he's out.
she comes to
Yes,
that
she
at
does.
the end, like after this whole thing or whatever, and they get back to London and whatever, and then she comes to this realization that like the moment she made that wish, like he couldn't grant it because she took his choice away or some shit or whatever.
Yeah, free will.
Yeah.
It's a wish against free will. You can't
she
do that.
used her second wish because he kind of turned to stone. It was like some weird thing, and she's like, I wish for you to speak to me. So then he like unstoned, and then she comes through the whole thing, and then she's like, you know what, I wish for you to like be where you belong, like with your people, like your
No, she was very specific with her wording on the wish. First of all, he turns to stone because apparently jinn are made of, they're just an electromagnetic organism. So when they fly back to London, even though they're in Istanbul, Turkey, which is just as densely populated, apparently the radio and TV and cell phone signals, like Wi-Fi signals, were messing with his genetic and molecular structure, and so he started shutting down because he was in intense pain because he was being destroyed by all of the radio frequencies. But I'm like, you would have had that issue in Turkey too. But okay, whatever. We're just gonna not go with that. Also, it was weird because half the time I thought he may have just been in her imagination, but then he meets her neighbors. But then they also act like he didn't exist because apparently they're racist. But I don't. It's a very strange.
it starred Tilda Swinton and Idris Elba. Idris Elba played the Jinn.
And they wore bathrobes and sat in one
Hotel room
hotel
for 3/4 of the movie.
There were some flashbacks to like him being a genie back in time, and it was supposed to be a romantic comedy.
I don't think it was supposed to be a romantic comedy.
No, it was 100%. I've looked it up. It's
Oh.
supposed to be a romantic comedy.
I mean, I
like
chuckled-
date night romantic comedy movie.
I chuckled at a couple parts. My whole thing was,
It was
like
not. It was not.
nothing
like,
against
funny.
nothing against Tilda Swinton, but I just didn't buy her being that character. Like, I don't know.
No, it worked for me.
What, she can't be a narratologist?
Like I said, it worked for me. Basically being a she's a lonely shut-in. Doesn't she's comfortable with her independence, is what she says, but it's one of those cover-ups for being I'm desperately lonely.
Oh, one of those tropes.
Yeah.
Yeah, her husband, like, left her.
I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need no man.
But what she
Please love me.
yes, basically that one. The Hallmark movie channel. It was
Yeah, the horrible one.
It was a really really big budget Hallmark holiday movie, basically.
Like, I didn't hate the movie, but I didn't really like it either.
Like I said, it was a Hallmark movie. They just had a big budget and some CGI and Idris Elba half naked for 90 minutes. It worked. Hey, it works. It works for the date night thing. You bring your girl. She sees Idris Elba. Maybe she finally decides that you're okay.
And then she sees you naked and goes, "God damn it!"
It was an hour and 40 minutes, and it felt like 3 hours. I was like, is this movie ever going to end? Like, it just kept dragging on.
It's just a longing.
3,000 years
It's a
long.
lot.
3,000 years long. Yeah.
Felt like it, bro.
And honestly, it was really pretty. There was a lot of great parts like with it because it was all the flashback scenes in the story with the genie and him doing his magic and stuff was beautiful. Oh, it was great. But I'm like,
just kind of
the story just like didn't really again. That's
And
all.
there was,
I can think is I've had some of those Hallmark Channel movies that have more of a character progression and arc in terms of enjoying the rise and flow of the movie.
God, have you seen soap operas? No.
And then there was just, like, a lot of unnecessary boobs.
Damn it. I could be a part of that movie.
There was some boobs.
Why was there boobs?
It was weird.
Just something for the guys, something for the women.
Maybe, but they folded into the story. Basically, it's one of the sultans of the Ottoman Empire. The guy who's next in line to be in line in the throne. His mom wants him to. It's one of the stories from that, like fables of that time, kind of thing like that. She locked him in a room with a bunch of concubines in the intent to have him sire an heir.
Because the older son went crazy and was just like killing people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So they needed one of the sons to at least be able to procreate and add another heir to the thing. So she literally just locked him in a room with a bunch of concubines.
And then they were like, look at all the naked ladies.
And then he's in the room going, "No, Mom, this is not the people that I like. I don't." Oh my God!
Yeah, that actually
every
is-
time.
That actually is. He's
the-
basically the first BBW fetishist. He believed this is the real thing. Yeah, he believed that the larger the span of flesh, the more pleasurable the experience.
Wow. All right. This is a very, very weird show.
And this was all packed into a movie with Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton
Oh man,
talking about romance, and I'm like, okay,
that's a weird breakdown of a
like I said,
story.
it was supposed to be a romantic comedy. That's what it's billed as, and I think the parts that we've discussed as very odd and strange were supposed to be the comedy parts of this romantic comedy,
It just came off strange.
and it just did not. It did not land for me, at least. There weren't any chuckles in the theater. Is all I'm gonna say.
those big juicy women.
Yeah, their biggest, funniest joke was a big fat lady falling down and breaking the concrete, the like stone slab that was hiding his bottle, and then it gets found because she's so fat she falls down and her big butt breaks a 2-inch thick stone.
And then that guy's just like, "Oh God,
Yeah, he's into it.
I
That's his
can't
favorite.
believe you did that."
That's his favorite. That's his favorite because
Oh my
she's the
God.
biggest.
Just look at you. You broke that stone. Oh my God.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a weird movie, man. It was a weird movie. The problem is, it feels like you've seen this movie because you are right there.
Just the way that you guys are describing it, that just looks and sounds terrible. Terrible movie.
Again, it was just it did not feel cohesive.
It doesn't sound cohesive.
Maybe we
jumping from like story to story.
we were pretty disjointed in telling it, but it was also
That's probably how it actually
it
went.
felt
Yeah.
it definitely felt that way.
And also now we were like trying to recall back to like what 2 weeks ago.
It was just a week ago.
I
No,
just
it
can.
wasn't.
Oh no, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was the worst.
I can just imagine sitting in that movie theater, just watching this. It's going from genie to fat girl lover to mom locking her child in a room full of boobs.
That's the
Well, the
same guy.
gin-
Same guy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Jin is telling the story. Like he watched this all because he was like a
So he's okay. So now I'm getting the context. See, here I am, thinking
No,
that this
no,
movie
no.
is about this
Not
Jin
that.
in modern times. All of a sudden, being like, "Hey, yeah, you want to wish?" Blah
No,
blah
no,
blah. And then like, there's a family of modern people in modern times.
no.
no. Okay, so
And there's
he
just story after story, just like not.
when
meshing.
he tells her the story, like he goes like it goes back in time,
Oh
and
my
he's
God.
telling her the story like of like I think his story starts with Queen
Queen Sheba.
Queen Sheba and King Solomon.
Mhm.
And so that's where his story begins. So he explains like during that time was the first time he got trapped in a bottle. And
Solomon
then
trapped him in a bottle.
Solomon trapped him in a bottle. And then
Because apparently King Solomon was also a wizard.
yeah, or something. It doesn't matter. So and then he goes and then I got released because this other girl found my bottle, and then before she could make her third and final wish, she got killed, and so then I was kind of stuck in limbo. So he's basically an invisible figure who watched this Persian king and the other son, and all that stuff. So he's telling all of what he saw, like from his point of view, and how he was trying to lure any one of these people to find his bottle that was hidden under this stone, and it ends up being the one really big fat lady. And then she freaks the fuck out and is like, well, I wish you would just go the fuck away. And so, poof, he's stuck in the bottle again. And then it fast forwards to, like, Renaissance times? Or Victorian?
No, it would be Renaissance times. It would be Renaissance Italy. Basically, the same time Da Vinci was active in.
Okay.
So 1500s France.
And he
1500s
he
Italy,
falls in love
1400s
with
Italy.
the girl that like finds his bottle, and so once she gets to like the point where she could make her third wish, he doesn't want her to make the wish because he's scared that then he'll go away, which it kind of just sounded like he could
He loves her.
he could have just like hung out and stayed, but whatever, neither here nor there. So
Does he
then
die?
No, so then she's like, I
But he
wish.
goes back to the realm of Jinn, and he's not sure if he can get back from there.
So then she wishes that she
Had never met him.
no, that she wishes to have forget him or something.
Ouch.
Basically, like, did not remember that she'd ever. So then he gets stuck back in this bottle until fast forward to modern times when Tilda Swinton's character comes across this random fucking bottle and pops this bitch open.
Pops his cork.
And then what's her final wish?
For him to go back to the land of Jinn.
No. Specific. She goes, I wish you would go to the place where you truly belong.
Back to the bottle.
Well, no, so he does disappear, but he gets to come back now, and they go on dates in the park when he wears a creepy trench coat,
Yeah.
so that nobody knows that he's a
Has no
genie.
legs.
He has legs.
Then how do they know he's a genie or not?
He's like super big, and he's got pointy ears like an elf.
Super big. And
He's
he's
like-
wearing a trench coat
he's
in
like-
modern times.
Yeah, oh no, that is true.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah, I mean,
It
you
doesn't
look like
good.
you're hiding guns, bud.
It doesn't look good. Is all I'm saying. He's like 6'9" and he's wearing a trench coat. And you're like,
you look like
okay.
you're hiding some weapons. Excuse me, sir. No, it's not what it looks like.
I'm just escorting this lovely white lady for a walk. Please don't be racist. It looks bad for everybody, guys. Come on.
So, one
Oh.
cat.
One cat.
Two cats.
Two cats.
There was some very visually good stuff.
It was very cinematic.
Okay.
There was some very pretty shots. There was some great stuff. 2 cats.
A left and a right cat.
If I had, we prefaced our whole thing going to this movie is like she got tickets to it and she goes, I have not heard of this, and I go, I have not either, and she
Well,
goes,
so
perfect.
we were supposed to go.
We will continue to not know anything about this.
We were supposed to go with our friend DJ, and we were all
Friend
talking
of the show,
about
DJ.
it. Friend of the show, DJ, and he's been trying. He's been trying to get me to like go watch scary, and I'm like, no, nice scary movie, no scary movie. So I thought maybe he was trying to trick me into it. He's like, no, I've never heard it. And I was like, okay, all right, none of us can look up anything about this movie. We're all gonna go in like super cold,
Completely blind.
and then he got sick and had to bail on us, so it was just the two of us.
And we're like, okay, looking around, we're like, oh, it's gonna be a sweet date night movie. It'll be perfect. I don't know what the fuck that was. 2 hours later, you're like, what was that?
Like, the only thing that I could keep thinking the whole time when, like, you because I think I talked to you a little bit about it, but you and DJ both were like, you know, how would you describe it? And it's like, I could only think of the live action Aladdin, where, like, it's told from the genie's point of view.
Yeah.
But, like, a really bad knockoff.
It was like someone had only ever had that movie described to them, and then they wrote another movie.
It's just a weird way to go about it. I mean,
it was interesting.
a narratologist.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting.
So she knows how the structures of stories go, but then all of a sudden is told a story.
Yeah, no.
And is that trying to help her believe the story?
Well, because he knows that she loves stories, so he's telling her the story. Because that's all she does. She literally studies stories. So he tells her all his stories, but she also tells him the classic tropes and everything like that about stories about jinn and finding a genie, and it's always that double-edged sword of a get wish. And he's like, no, I swear, it's not like that. And she goes, that's exactly what somebody who's trying to fuck you with a wish would say.
I did like that part.
Like, no, I wouldn't do that. And she goes, yeah, no, that's literally that's what you would say. You have to say that. But I'm not. I'm being truthful. Yeah, you have to say that too. Though I will say, I did like the twist on the story. He didn't have most of the standard rules that apply. He didn't like the only thing he couldn't do was bring somebody back from the dead.
Yeah.
He could make somebody fall in love with you.
Oh, wow.
That was acceptable. He could fuck with free will, apparently. Yeah, like he specifically said that you just can't bring anybody back from the dead, and you can't wish to be immortal because your nature is to be mortal, and I can't change your nature.
Fine. I wish to live 1,000,000 years. I'll die in 1,000,000 years. And then I'll keep you around. And then after that million's done, after you spent all that time with me, I wish to live another 1,000,000 years. And then when 1,000,000 gets too much, I'm going, yeah, this is too much. I wish to die. Kill me now. I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, see, but if I'm a tricky djinn, I'm definitely saying, oh, you wish to live for 1,000,000 years? Oh, immediately trapped under a boulder. Oh, no.
Oh,
So bad.
shucks.
That sucks so bad. Couple more wishes that you might want to use. I got a good one for you. I'm thinking,
Get out
rid
of the
of the boulder. Oh, I made it explode and you're full of shrapnel and you can't die for another 999,000 years?
Sucks.
Ooh, so what's that last wish?
Yeah.
Free the genie? Is it free the genie?
Is it
Come
free
on.
the genie?
Free the
Well,
genie.
it sounded by those rules from the movie is that after he just kept getting fucked over and the person couldn't make the last wish, but it kind of sounded like had they made that last wish, he would have been
free, yes,
Yeah.
to do as he wished, because he was the original genie in the bottle, apparently. He's the origin of that myth, because apparently King Solomon, again, some sort of wizard, didn't realize that. I thought he was just a king. I thought he had to use a bunch of wizards in his thing. I think isn't there a Bible story about that one?
I'm not sure.
Is that Daniel? I think Daniel, or was that's King Nebuchadnezzar or something. I can't remember. There's too many weird Babylonian kings. But yeah, no. So he apparently so he trapped him in a bottle, and then that's where the 3 wishes thing even came from, because it used to just be he is just a djinn and he grants whatever wishes he fucking wants.
So why did Solomon?
Because he was banging the Queen of Sheba, and so was Solomon was courting her, but the genie was also banging the Queen of Sheba.
No, okay, so
And
it was.
so he
So it
found
was a
out.
thing of plight, and then Solomon spread the rumor that if you get this genie in a bottle,
No, it
Then
No,
was,
not even
technically-
spread the rumor. He just was like, shoot
I trapped you in
magic words.
I shoot. You're trapped in a lamp. Have fun. Tosses the lamp into the
so
desert, and somebody just opens up, and when the genie comes out, he goes, all right, you get 3 wishes. Can I get the fuck out?
no, I mean like so this. The premise of like where the rumors would come of a genie being a trickster would be from
Probably
Solomon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't trust those guys.
Yeah, don't trust the genies because they'll trick you. They'll give you a good wish, and then it just trickled down as like a folklore,
Probably.
you know.
Well, I
And that's
guess
what was his
according
way to
this,
try and keep genies from
Yeah.
being around, I guess. Man, deep shit.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that movie. That sounds like a much better movie to me.
Sound more explanatory,
The
you know.
Adventures of King Solomon. That sounds good. Let's do that. Pull that one out for me, guys.
Let's do this.
I'm not gonna write it, but I'll go watch it.
The other movie we finally got around to watching was Jurassic Park Dominion.
I heard that's mixed reviews. It wasn't that great.
Peter, you can go first.
About what?
Jurassic Park Dominion.
It's a really good movie, despite what some dumbass critics said.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, there's one.
Why did you think it was really good?
It followed along well enough with the original themes of the original movie. They didn't kill off any of the legacy characters, which is a mistake that Star Wars made. Just let the characters have fucking happy endings for once.
Appreciate it.
I just enjoyed it.
I agree. I think it was enjoyable. I also think some of the critics are right. It's not a great movie, but it is definitely probably fueled mostly by nostalgia.
100%.
There's a lot of portions that only move because of nostalgia.
Like the
For
Barbasol
example?
can.
I did enjoy that the new guy, the new Biosyn guy, died just the way freaking Newman did. I forget his real name. Ned?
Dennis Nedry.
Dennis Nedry. There we go. I knew Ned was in there somewhere. Thank you.
As soon as you were like Newsom, like that's all I
Newman.
had in my head. Whatever.
Newman.
And now I'm all messed up.
Yes, Dennis Nedry. There we go. Yeah, no, like I did love that. Yeah, the new big bad guy dies just the same way he does. Weird acid spit to the face
So like
from a dinosaur that didn't actually exist. You know, I just.
Wait, you know that's not a new character, right?
No, I know it's not. Well, yeah, but
Okay.
he's now in the last one. He was the big bad guy, but you didn't know he was the big bad guy until the final reveal at the end, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, no, I'm aware, but yeah, now he was actually the out in the open bad guy. Like, let's light things on fire and destroy the world.
So like I know that it's like a movie and like obviously dinosaurs like but
Don't exist in the real world currently. Yes, I agree.
if they only rescued like one of 12 different species and only one of each of them, and I get that the whole like life finds a way, like that was the whole premise in the first one, and that's why they were able to like reproduce or however it works. But how did some of these dinosaurs get so big in 4 years? Like I don't.
Advanced genetics. That was the whole purpose. They
No.
would
No,
breed
but-
them and then they would
But
grow
literally,
fast.
there's a
You just grow faster?
Yeah, they bred them to grow faster.
there's a 30,000-pound Apatosaurus though.
Oh wow, like a Megasaurus.
Yeah, no, it's the largest dinosaur to ever live, and there was only one of them in the in Jurassic World. What was the
That they
second
saved.
one?
They were only to save one of them.
Yeah, because the island blew the fuck up, and they were able to fly one out. They got it out, but there was only one, and now there's at least 4 in this new movie that you see shots of, and it's implied that there are more.
Wait, are you talking about the T-Rexes?
No, I'm talking about the long necks, the different apatosaurs and everything like that.
Different companies throughout the series, like other than Engine, were making dinosaurs. After Fallen Kingdom, yeah. Other companies were able to make dinosaurs after Fallen Kingdom. They're basically bootleg dinosaurs.
Yeah, but that was still 4 years ago. How do you can't put calories into a thing fast enough to make it that big that fast.
Not true. You could feed it a lot. You could feed an animal a lot and grow them pretty quickly.
Do you know how you'd have to have a funnel down its throat? You know how much that thing eats?
A lot. If you're setting it right in front of them, they don't have to move much and not expending calories a lot.
Yeah, but we're also talking like
And
it's
the genetic.
not. See, but although there were some places that were like literal breeding farms, like you also had, they were just like out in the fucking wild, just roaming the earth, doing their shit. How did they
proliferate so quickly?
That assumes that the ones that are like that weren't edited in any way.
Yeah.
Y'all do remember that the Indominus got to the size that it did within a couple of months, right? Because there was a growth serum used on it to make them grow faster.
I did forget I forgot about that.
So I'm saying the genetic makeup that they used for the dinosaurs made them grow fast so they could put them inside the actual parks themselves.
Quicker, yes.
So that's what they did. They grew them within a year, 2 years to a certain size.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Shouldn't their lifespans be shorter than
Short,
two?
probably, but
how? So just their genes, just down the line, are automatically made to sprout up.
Yeah, they're genes. They don't change after they are born.
yes. I mean, if they
and
procreate,
they're
they
all
just
basically.
Then why is it?
And this one they did say that they have modular
why
lizard DNA, so they can.
Why isn't Maisie 40?
huh?
Why the
she
clone?
didn't-
Why isn't she 40?
Maisie wasn't edited in the same way.
Yeah, she was edited so that she wouldn't have MS or whatever it was, but not so that she would grow up quicker. It's just
The growth hormone thing was an inline part of the cloning process.
Yeah.
They used that for dinosaurs for an amusement park.
Yeah, this is a Jango Fett Boba Fett situation. He wanted one clone unaltered so he could raise it as its child. That part made sense, but I'm just saying, yeah, the extreme proliferation of the dinosaurs was insane. How quickly it, like...
I mean, depending on how they were made would depend on how fast they procreate, how fast they get to maturity to procreate. So if they're getting to that age within 2 years, 3 years, and then they start procreating, within a 4-year, 5-year span, they could be like cockroaches.
I'm just saying,
just
it was crazy. It was a
know?
lot. It was just intense.
Just blow up.
But I will say that actually does make sense, though, because the Velociraptor, specifically that Owen Grady trained, they didn't have that growth serum so that he could specifically like imprint on them and train them and make them things.
Yeah.
And Blue's little clone baby, Beta, which is great. It's actually super cute, but looks like it has a normal growth cycle.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense that he would do that. Also, it seems more loyal in the second generation. Just like dogs.
Didn't murder anybody.
Just like dogs. I don't know. You breed them for long enough, you can start
to
getting those desirable traits.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they had already gotten pretty far with Blue. And you started helping with Beta after that. You can basically breed in loyalty.
Yeah.
And if you're just doing genetic clones, you can really breed it in pretty quickly there, I feel like.
Pretty much, yeah. Just imprint. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Making that imprint more and more strong on each clone.
Yeah.
God, that'd be a nightmare.
Having a raptor that listens to everything you say?
Yeah.
That would not be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare for my enemies.
That's essentially what they did, though, with them militarized ones.
Yeah, that's what they did. And I did like that they said, that they did breed them for loyalty. And I'm like, yes, nice.
I don't know.
But I had some issues with that, too. Because they're like, when they get marked with the laser, and once they hear the sound, they go and tell it. And there's definitely one point that technically I know the raptors are smart and they communicate, but there's definitely one, there's 2 different dinosaurs, and one of them sees the dot on Grady, and he rides us off on a motorcycle. And the other one comes out of nowhere and just goes, I'm also going to now chase this guy. I'm like, you didn't see the dot, bro.
But they're packing.
No, but raptors are capable of communicating like that, too.
But
that's what I said.
I know, but he literally came, there wasn't any call to go, the prey is going this way, and he just jumps out of the thing and jumps down. I'm like, when did he hear it?
There were 4 raptors. She marked 4 people 3 of them ate it pretty fucking quickly. The only reason that other guy didn't is because he was like a callback from another movie, so they were like, we're not going to kill this guy. So
That's
it makes
straight away.
perfect
You mean a
so it makes
returning
perfect
character?
sense.
Did you mean a returning character?
Yeah.
Okay, you said callback, and it's like, that's not...
Sort
I
of.
don't know what callback
You
is.
knew what I meant.
I did.
There were other callbacks. I did like the final fight between the Gigasaurus Rex or whatever the fuck it was.
Giganotosaurus.
The
What the fuck
Giganotosaurus.
is a Giganotosaurus?
It's
is
not
the-
a saurus.
And dinosaur that ever existed.
It's a notosaurus.
It is the thing. And then I don't even remember what the ask Maddie what's the weird one with the claws.
What's salad hands called?
Salad hands. Yes.
Therizinosaurus.
What is it?
Therizinosaurus.
Okay. Well, Edward Scissorhands over there. Edward Scissorsaurus. There we go. No, I did like that final scene there, but it was honestly almost cringy how like on the nose it was when they literally.
Scissorhands and Rexy teamed up against the Giganotosaurus.
Well, yeah, but no, when the Tyrannosaurus Rex, they have like this circle fountain that's like backlit with like an orange light, and the Tyrannosaurus walks right through the circle, so it is
Looks like
literally
it.
the Jurassic Park logo, and I'm like,
Nice.
all right, guys, that's too much. Y'all are hitting it a little too hard on that
They're
one
like,
for
this
me.
is the last one we're making. We're going all out.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
You just have to play that. John Williams is nostalgia enough for you. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I heard that like the T-Rex was only like in like maybe 10 minutes of the freaking movie.
Yeah, but it was a badass 10 minutes.
Okay.
Showed up in the
It took 'em-
beginning because they were trying to track her down to
it-
take her to the sanctuary, and then at the end to face off against Giganotosaurus' side.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex had apparently taken them like 3 years to capture. I'm like, that feels like the big one that should be easy to find. But yeah, apparently the T-Rex was smart enough to evade capture from everyone looking for it for 3 years
Wow.
before they finally captured this thing. And I'm like, I feel like that one should have been easier.
Clever girl.
She did not have any babies.
She did not. Wasn't there like 2 T-Rexes in the freaking like chase scene?
Yes.
So
No.
who had babies?
Those were raptors.
No, like in the original Jurassic Park, wasn't there two?
No,
Well, there was
They
only
weren't
one.
in the original Jurassic Park. Y'all are thinking of the Lost World. It was a different set of Rexes.
You're right.
No, like in the chase scene of the movie that we're talking about.
There were never 2 T-Rexes in a chase scene.
No.
They were raptors.
The Isla Sorna Rexes show up at the end, but we only see the Isla Nublar Rex for most of the movie.
See, weird. Then what was that trailer when he was on the motorcycle and then he's going through like
Those were raptors.
Italy.
No, those were chronotars.
so different types of
Yeah, they're
eaters.
different giant
Okay.
bipedal.
They look like T-Rexes, but they're smaller.
They got bigger ridges on their eyeballs. And
Figured
stuff.
as
Yeah.
much.
They're
Okay.
the ones from the
That's
movie.
what that
They're the
was.
ones from the movie Dinosaur.
Yes.
That one.
Okay.
The bad guys from that
Yeah.
movie.
They militarized those, I guess.
I thought they were raptors.
No, they're bigger than.
That's a
raptors.
big dinosaur. I don't know. That's not a raptor.
Bitch, I don't know what they do in this movie. Apparently, they just growth spurt dinosaurs
And name them
shit
Giganotosaurus.
The-
Notosaurus.
No, the archaeological community actually named that one. That's a real dinosaur.
Yeah, the Giganotosaurus is an actual dinosaur that existed.
So it's not a saurus.
Even larger than a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yes. Well, actually, technically, even larger than an
They
Allosaurus.
make
which is
a
bigger
point
than
to tell
Tyrannosaurus
you
Rex.
like 4 different times during the movie that it was the biggest carnivore that ever lived.
Yeah, they keep trying to tell you he's cooler than the T-Rex, so when the T-Rex beats him, it's gonna be really neat. Basically.
So, because the movie actually opened up with like a flashback of the T-Rex facing off one of these things, and the Giga whatever won.
Giganotosaurus.
So at the end, you knew shit was gonna go down. So you think
Chekhov's dinosaur.
You think
I mean.
Rexy is down for the count, and then it's going after Salad Fingers, and then just kidding, Rexy's not down for the count, and Salad Fingers is sitting there, and Rexy just fucking
Gordie Howe's this
tack-
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you just
Salad fingers him. Love it. Ooh, shish kebab. Hibachi. It's more hibachi. I don't know.
And then everyone lives happily ever
And
after.
then Salad Fingers and T-Rex walks off their separate ways.
Honestly, they do. I'm like, that's still two apex predators in one spot. I know they got rid of the bully, but those guys would then continue to fight.
Yeah, they'd be like,
You're-
They wouldn't.
What was that?
They wouldn't continue to fight.
Why not?
Well, one of them's not even a predator.
Salad Fingers isn't a predator?
Salad Fingers is a herbivore.
Sure seemed pretty predatory.
Yeah, you remember that part in the movie when it was eating plants and not animals?
It was trying
It's
to eat.
territorial, but it's not eating. It won't eat meat.
It was trying to eat Claire earlier in the movie, wasn't it?
It was trying to whack Claire because it's territorial.
I thought it was trying to eat her face. It screamed at her
Yeah.
head real loud.
It did scream at her head real loud, but it also didn't eat the deers that were eating its plants. It just smacked them.
How did none of those people die?
I mean, I'm glad. Again, I'm with you, Peter. I'm glad they didn't kill off any of the legacy characters. Hell, they didn't even kill off any of the new ones.
But
I'm like,
that
some of
was
those
a-
people should have died.
That was a horrific plane crash. They should not have survived.
Wait, so you're saying Salad Fingers is a highly territorial animal, and at the end of killing the Giganotosaurus would not have attacked the T-Rex?
Well, yeah, because the T-Rex is another predator that I
But
guess
it's in
can kill
its
it.
it's in its territory.
No.
Not really,
No.
because so
They were
towards-
moved into a different
They
enclosure.
moved them.
yeah, because
what
at the
assholes.
at the end of the
Humans are
movie,
assholes.
basically the whole sanctuary was on fire. So to keep the dinosaurs safe, they signaled them.
They use their neural implants, which send a
Shoot.
shock to their brain. No, it's signals. They send signals. To their brain.
To send them to this one area so that they could wait the fire out.
They send them to the humans part of the compound. They open the doors to the humans part of the compound and send all the dinosaurs in there.
Jeez.
All the humans except for our guys were already evacuated.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
we're supposed to be.
So the whole time they're like, "Get the fuck out of here! Can't! Oh, gotta go from this place. This place is bad. Ow! This is not a good place." Go through the door. This is a good place.
Yeah, I like this
I
place.
like this place.
This is pretty great. Ooh, is that a Japanese sand garden? Oh, okay, this is really nice.
I'm gonna go lay here. This looks nice.
Also, I feel like that little space wouldn't have actually held all the dinosaurs because they made it seem like there were a whole hell of a lot more dinosaurs in that sanctuary and only like 4 showed up.
It wasn't just that one small area. There were other places that the dinosaurs got sent, underground bunkers and shit. That's just where Rexy and the Giganotosaurus went.
God, how does he know all this? He must have been in the movie.
No, I think he does research, and then also his paramour that lives in his house knows more about Jurassic Park than I think any human
Yeah,
alive.
she probably
So,
reserced it all.
I
and then-
believe she's actually telling this into his
Into his
ear
ear.
as he's doing this. She's like, no, here's the research. They can kiss my ass. That ain't even right. That ain't even right.
That's not even right.
All I'm saying is I
do
didn't see them
appreciate
go
the fact-checking.
into any underground bunkers. They didn't specify. All they showed was them all moving to the one location.
Hey, and we watched the extended version, so you can't say it was in a deleted scene. I watched it with the deleted scenes in it.
I mean, do you always see every single thing that happens in any movie?
No,
Did you
but-
ever watch Luke Skywalker take a shit? Because that definitely happened at some point throughout those movies, but you
I
never
actually-
have to see.
No way. He just got that out of his body. He never took a shit.
I'm gonna actually say in episode 4 that he did not need to take a shit throughout that. I don't see him eat a meal either, so I think he was fine.
He never eats.
He didn't shit until Empire Strikes Back because they finally sat down with a meal. Oh no, he wasn't even at that dinner. He wasn't even at the dinner with Vader. So you know what? He's just subsiding off the Force. It's like photosynthesis.
He never
It's
eats. He never
photosynthesis.
shits. He all cleans himself out with the Force.
No, Jack Bauer doesn't shit. That guy has an issue. He needs to see a after he stops murdering all of those terrorists. He needs to go see a doctor because he has an impacted bowel. That I have watched that man for like 72 hours straight not take a shit or a piss. Something's wrong. Okay, he's severely dehydrated and he has an impacted bowel. Somebody needs to get in there and check on
His
him.
kidneys are probably killing him.
I am telling you, he is messed up, bro.
Messed up.
He's not feeling. He's feeling the burn. He's feeling the burn.
He's feeling something.
He's gonna need like a couple gallons of cranberry juice. All I'm saying.
Now, don't get me wrong, Peter. You know that I love the
Oh, I loved
dinosaurs.
the movie. It was a great movie.
I just
It was a very entertaining movie.
had to air my issues
Some slight grievances.
as I die.
And I did like that Dr. Sattler and Dr. Grant did finally end up together. It was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
It was nice.
So you two are like
That's nice.
dating? No, we're not. We're just really old good friends. You sure?
There's some of that throughout the movie.
We're really old,
And-
good friends with benefits.
No. She was married up until he talked
And
to her
had
in this
2
movie,
kids.
apparently. Yeah. And Dr.
Married.
Yeah, and I will say Jeff Goldblum is still
Amazing.
just good at what he does.
It's my boy.
It's just,
Just Jeff Goldblum.
I think he just plays himself.
He plays himself, yes. Yeah, that's in every movie.
I don't, heck, even like Thor Ragnarok, he just showed up and he goes, I think that was his own bathrobe he brought from home.
Have
I'm
you
just saying.
ever watched The World According to Jeff Goldblum?
No.
Disney Plus, go check it out. He just talks for like 30 minutes about random shit.
Just riffs.
He's like-
he interviews people and he goes and sees things and he talks to them. And
I know,
everybody
but
just
it's
goes,
not-
It's Jeff Goldblum.
But it's not like, oh, the great mountain lion. It's like, let's talk about why people like ice cream.
He's like, let's talk about tattoos. How
Denim
about-
is cool.
What about birthday parties? Let's talk about birthday parties.
And he just does his Jeff Goldblum-y thing.
He
and
did
it's
fireworks
just fun.
one time. That was a good one too. He's like, oh, we get to blow it up now? Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, Jeff. All right, man.
And anytime they're like, okay, you're going to try and do the thing or whatever, he's like, I don't want to mess it up.
He inevitably does. Tom, what are you doing?
What he always does.
What I always do.
You're very
Break
nosy.
shit.
It's like ADHD. I just do stuff to keep myself going.
Nosy. No.
So, on a lighter note,
That was light.
extra bits.
We were making fun of some extra bits.
Zachary.
Me, I get to go first.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my my thing I found here, a bit of good news, bad news kind of thing like that. Good news is I've always wanted to go, but it probably is not going to happen now. John Williams he does like, it's the Maestro of the Movies thing. He does it at the Hollywood Bowl, and it's like does live orchestra, and he conducts the orchestra for a bunch of stuff from his movies, and they play the clips of the movies along with it, kind of thing like that. It's one of those fun outdoor concert things like that. But he apparently this year when they did it, he played the theme for the new Indiana Jones movie, The New Girl, who's basically going to end up being replacing Indiana Jones, is what everybody's thinking, because they've been playing this one very close to the chest because they got burned last time because it was terrible. But so they're trying again. Yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to be like the new girl, and so technically John Williams was the first reveal of her first name, and then they actually played her theme. So it's Helena's theme. So she's Helena. We only get her first name, I guess. Nothing else known about her. But it was it's John Williams. It's the full. I think it's the London's Philharmonic. It's still just beautiful music. But the sad part is, the rumor is that this is going to be John Williams' final movie that he makes music for.
Dang.
He basically was like, I'm going to close out the Indiana Jones thing and I'm done. Because he's already said he was done with Star Wars and he's not doing any more of that. But then he did Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm just saying, what the fuck? Maybe he'll just transition to TV shows. All right, I'm not too upset anymore. But yeah, so it was beautiful. Listen to it. It's nice. It's John Williams. You can't go wrong.
Alright, so, I have to know this exists, so you all have to know this exists.
Oh, no.
In 1994,
History lesson with Stephanie.
tune makers decided that they were going to make
Nikes.
an American version of Sailor Moon.
Not a dubbed version.
you
The
said-
American version.
Did you say showmakers or shoemakers?
Tune makers.
Oh, tune makers. Tune makers.
Toon.
Oh, cartoon. Okay.
Tune
Okay.
makers.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
So,
It's
I
10:30.
guess it was Saban was the one that had to license it or
Isn't that
whatever.
the Power Rangers people?
So yeah, so it was kind of like if they took the She-Ra animation and the Power Rangers and made a baby. So part of
Okay.
it is live action, and the acting is just god awful.
Sounds about right.
And then when they transform, it goes animated, and it's so bad. It's so bad. So if you have
I want to
12,
binge watch it all.
if you have 12 minutes to waste,
Go watch a trailer for this.
it's
Trainwreck?
It's like the pilot episode or whatever.
I don't think it got past that.
Oh, it did.
It did, huh?
Oh Lord.
No,
Are you
it
gonna-
did. It didn't. Thank
Okay,
God.
yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
I was gonna say, do you want to? Would you watch it if it did go past
hell,
it?
God, no. Absolutely not.
Why not? Don't
It
you
would've-
love Sailor Moon?
It ruined anime for me forever.
Have you seen the person that dressed as Sailor Moon Knight?
Sailor Moon Knight, nice. Nice.
And then the second thing I have is it's this guy whose friend's mom works in a nail salon, and so he gets his friend who's an American to go in there because his friend is also married to a Chinese lady. So he tells him, he's like, you gotta
an
go
Asian
in.
nail salon. There
Yeah.
you go.
So you gotta go in and you gotta like make sure you get my mom and have her like do your nails. So then he's like sitting there and he's like, oh yeah, I think my nails done. And she's like, oh, you want your feet done too? He's like, you do feet too? Like really playing it up. And she's like, oh yeah, do you want you want colors? He's like, yeah, I want like green and red. And so he's like really leaning into it. And then like her son calls. And so she's like FaceTiming him, and then they're talking in Cantonese, and the son's like, "Oh yeah, how's it going? Like, are his nails bad?" And the mom's like, "Oh, I can't really say either way. They're not good or bad. His cuticles are horrible though." And kind of just going on, and he's like, and she even says, she's like, "I can't tell if he's joking with me. Like, he wants colors, like green and red and stuff." And then
And they're doing all of this in Cantonese. Yeah.
Right.
And then the guy like breaks in Cantonese and he goes, "Well, what if we do pink?" And she's just like, "The fuck you just say to me?" Like totally like taken aback. And then he just starts talking to her and she's like, do you just know little words?" And then he's
So
like,
is it the white guy?
Yeah, the white guy.
I know the white guy who can speak like 15 different languages.
he can, I don't know how, about 15, but he can speak Mandarin and a little bit of Cantonese. And so
he's also, I think I've seen videos of him like speaking like African and stuff.
Yeah, he
Like-
knows a bunch of languages that you don't generally go out and learn.
Yeah.
But it was just really, and she's just like, "Oh my God, was I talking real bad shit?" And she's just like, "I'm dead."
Yeah. Just that embarrassment of being like, fuck.
I was definitely talking shit.
I was definitely talking shit. He can definitely understand. I'm dead.
So it was,
I
it was
wasn't even
really
being
funny.
that mean. I was saving the mean stuff. Thank God.
So I can get pink, right? It's all free? It's all free, right?
Oh, and then
Fuck.
No,
Yes.
he's
Yes, it's free.
no. So one of the other ladies in the salon that was like getting her toes done, she goes, "He should get it for free." And the mom goes, "No, I double charge him now."
No, he paid double now.
He paid double for being an asshole.
It was just really funny.
And she's like, "I'm gonna beat your ass" to her son when she got home too.
She's like, "You're so dead."
Because she is a Chinese mother, she will beat his ass probably. He deserves it.
Peter, you're up.
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel called Pitch Meeting. They do very blunt explanations of what is in a movie or series that are comedic. The one I've got a link for is for Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett specifically. They're very funny. Y'all should watch them.
I've seen a couple of them. I think you showed me this one earlier, the Book of Boba Fett one. It's quite good.
I always like when they're like, "Oh, so that sounds like a huge problem." No, barely an inconvenience. Tomas.
So you know that Mandalorian show that we have? That's great. Yeah, let's do that, but worse. Okay, perfect.
I had to actually go back over what I suggested to you guys. So I just go through YouTube and find random things. So YouTube channel, There I Ruined It, put a thing together, was what Pearl Jam sounds like to people who don't like Pearl Jam, which is actually pretty legit. It's pretty much
really
sounds
Pretty
like
accurate.
accurate.
Yeah.
that's pretty much what Pearl Jam would sound like to somebody who didn't like it.
I mean, I don't mind Pearl Jam, and I was like,
I love Pearl Jam. Yeah.
"No, that's accurate."
For a second, I didn't even think it was not Pearl Jam. I thought
But
you were
then-
just showing us Pearl
yeah.
Jam.
Then you listen to it and go, that's a little bit more extended than normal. Is that That's not real, right? No, it's not real. And then there was Mr. Bean in Cyberpunk, so he was like superimposed in there for a deep fake, but you can tell like it's over the top. It's pretty funny. There's also that one's from Ellie Handel B Wave or something, the YouTube channel. There's another YouTube channel for Dr. Funnicht, and it was Joe Biden wakes up in Skyrim. So there's a couple of those episodes, and that's deep faked Jovakin.
The Jovakin comes.
And then the last one was from Samurai Sosa, which was Obi-Wan has PTSD. That was actually relatively
We
funny.
already knew that.
No, I mean it's a little bit more legit.
I'm gonna have to actually watch that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we can watch it afterwards.
Because
It's
hey,
actually
no, he
funny.
definitely has PTSD. That guy's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Pretty fucked.
It's been rough for old Ben there.
I mean, we knew that when we watched Kenobi.
We
Anyway.
knew it before Kenobi.
Unless something goes horribly wrong.
As
Again.
is wont to do in our lives.
New 8-Bit Cat Show should be out on Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hop over to patreon.com/8bitcats and support us. We appreciate it. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and now on TikTok.
Wait, we're on
too.
TikTok.
God, I need access to this so I can just make random TikToks. I hate TikTok.
Somebody give Tom the password. I'm in.
And until next time, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun.
TikTok. Mummies like boobies.
That's kind of like a thing.
Do you ever just want to listen to the 8-Bit Cat Show on the go? You? Well, now you can! The 8-Bit Cat Show is available on all your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Audible. And Patreon, too!